So as a family of three, we keep our grocery budget very low. We keep it to about 125 a week, and that is also including most toiletry items too. So that goes for, toilet paper, laundry detergent, body wash, stuff like that. And I can go over all the specifics of how we order those things and how we do those things and keep our costs low if you would like. So just let me know. And then we keep bananas right here on the counter. And then I have all of our garden things. So I have all the tomatoes from my dad's garden and our garden, and cucumbers that our neighbors have shared. And then sweet potatoes and onions are right here. My husband keeps his English muffins that he makes for breakfast every morning right there. So they're just quick to grab. We keep all of our spices go right here, right beside the oven, and then our freezer, fridge, and then we have a deep freeze, which I will go into detail about. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful, and this is kind of just how we go about meal planning. We go through all the things. We check the pantry, we check the freezer, we check the fridge, and we check the deep freeze and make sure we have everything that we need, and then we go from there. So I'm going to talk more about that as we go. But for this week, we are going to go over organizing this pantry. So here's my pantry after I finished organizing, and I'll have some videos of me organizing it too. I really want you to notice that I just don't do the fancy stuff. I don't do all the containers and the labels. And I love the idea of having everything not in the container it's supposed to be because of the extra visual clutter, but that's just not the reality of our budget right now. So I understand both sides. This is just something that works best for us. As I go through, I definitely have a dog helper. She is my favorite person. She loves to help at anything I'm doing. So when you go through your pantry, I want you to think, okay, like find the things that are outdated, clearly. Find the things that you're just not going to eat. I had a can of cream of mushroom soup. Yes, I left it right there in the corner, but I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? A cream of mushroom soup. So just think about the things that you actually eat and the things that you don't eat. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to get rid of those things that you just don't eat. It's not a problem. It's not a bad thing. You just accidentally bought something, it is what it is. There's places you can donate those things, but if you do not have the brain power for that, give it to a neighbor, give it to your mom, give it to your sister. I love to give stuff to my sister. Like I had some Celsius drinks that I just don't drink right now. I'm going to give that to my sister. There's things in my pantry that I like, and even my fridge. I'll be like, hey dad, could you eat this real quick? Here you go. You can have this. So that's kind of how we roll. Make sure it's simple. We don't like a lot of stuff everywhere. I like, to keep it pretty simple and pretty easy to manage. Again, we don't have a very big pantry, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But we have to kind of do what's best for our family, and it's also a lot easier for family if it's put together the right way, and it's easy for things to be put away, especially husbands and children. So just be aware of who's using your... All right, guys. So today we're going to go over some pantry organization and why this is important. So if your pantry is organized, then you're focused. You know what you have, you know what you need, and you know what's next. It helps with that meal planning part, and it helps with going to the grocery store too. So if you know exactly what you need at the grocery store, you're not overbuying or spending money that you don't need to spend. I am also one who likes to find things on sale, and so I kind of like to double it up, but we have a really small pantry. I would love to have a huge pantry, but we just don't. Our house is it works for us, but it's a smaller pantry than what most people probably have. And then some people are gonna have smaller pantries. So just have to be aware of what you have and the space that you have. So I reorganized it, and there'll be some videos about that in there. And I'll do some voiceovers too with that. But the way that we organize our pantry is in like specific sections. So up here, you're gonna see drinks, and then like canned meat, and then carbs for the most part. We have our rice and our pastas. Those things are here. And then we're gonna have our baking stuff. So sugar, flour, anything that kind of has to do with baking. Sweeteners are gonna be right here, and some other little things like that. Then we have all of our oils and extra oils. Now I do have olive oil and avocado oil on the stove at all times, always there. And I have a spray avocado oil in the pantry, in the section where I have all my spices, which I'll show you later. And then I have our homemade bread stays right here, and our extra coconut for our granola. and then all of our different oils, and then our protein shakes. Now these are full. This has all just the excess. When we buy extra oatmeal, when we buy extra sugar, things are all in there. And then over here is all-purpose flour, and this is bread flour. Now, at some point when we're not on a budget, we will be spending more on flour and nicer flours, but right now, we go to Sam's Club and we spend about $13 on 25 pounds of flour. It just works for our family right now, and that's just kind of what we're doing. So that's all there. So this kind of just gives you an idea of what we have. And then up here is going to be sauces, and then breadcrumbs, salsa, and then any other sauces like ranch, barbecue, coconut aminos, things like that. Protein powders for me are up here. Anything for my smoothie mixes in, and then I keep some special treats up high. Most of the chocolate kind of has to stay high, because if it doesn't, my son will go for it first. So I try to keep those up high. I've got chia seeds, flax seeds, things like that that go in my smoothies. Then down here I have all of my tomatoes and canned goods, and then beans, things like that. Our peanut butter stash, we are clearly obsessed. Oatmeal, and then all of the protein pancake mix goes right here. So usually we have 2 of those because I keep that on a regular basis. It's just an easy breakfast that we can throw together. And then snacks. So this just kind of is the snack area, and then my husband's protein powders back here. We keep all of our kids' snacks right here, but he really only eats goldfish and graham crackers. We try to keep apples, bananas, things like that everywhere. So this is where all of our pantry needs are. It's all in one spot. Keeps it going. Tortilla chips stay up at the top just so they don't get crushed.
All right, so here's a little view of my freezer. It is not clean, so please don't judge. The top has all of my broth and my frozen broth, and then most of my meat's in the middle, a little bit of extra meat, and then some frozen breakfast sandwiches. I keep my extra butter and extra things in there, and then the smoothie stuff's in the very bottom. All of our quick and easy ice packs are in the door. I keep them there ready to go at all times. In our fridge, you can see there's a milk bottle for the child I'm watching, and then I have our milk in the top and big things. We have all of our meals prepped with our chicken, broccoli, and rice. I mean, sweet potatoes and broccoli, and my son's meal's still there. We keep all of our sauces in the door. I try not to keep too many sauces, but easier said than done, right? So that is how we keep it kind of organized and done. And then here's all my spices. We keep our spices pretty well stocked. I think that it's always a key to good food is to have good spices. You can do a lot with some really good spices. And then here's our deep freeze, and I do apologize for the camera quality. This is where I keep all my extra chicken, like frozen, meats, and then a lot of our vegetables. I always keep a frozen pizza too. I'm not judging.
So I really hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, comment, all the things. If you need help with meal planning, if you need help with making those decisions, please let me know. I would love to help you. Again, Grace Metz, Meal Prep and Motherhood. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and all the things. Thanks so much. Bye, guys. Alright guys, so today we're going to go over a little bit of how my pantry looks so that I can get my organization.